Hello, everybody. You are inside of Stress Talk Live with Marcyline, and we're going to be going through mindful meditations, demonstrating 5 simple ways to feel calm in nature. Now, I told you all that I was going to probably be outside, but I have an explanation for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to set up the intro and we'll be right back. Hi there. We've been talking about gardening and how gardening benefits our mental health, lowers our stress levels, and improves our overall well being. And in this episode of Stress Talk Live, we are going to demonstrate and lead you through mindfulness meditations using the 5 senses. So I hope you're ready. Now, I know that I said I would probably be outside during our live today, but I'm going to tell you, it is just too hot. When we were going to set up, it was like 86 degrees. And that was just a few moments ago, 40 minutes ago. And now, it's 7 o'clock and it is still very warm. The equipment couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. My assistant definitely couldn't handle it. So we're inside today. So I hope you don't mind that. At some point, I hope to be able to do some broadcasting outside. But for now, I got to protect my equipment. And I don't want to melt because I am like brown sugar, baby. Anyway, we are talking about gardening and what does that have to do with our self-care, our mental health, our well-being? Well, it has a lot to do with it. Plants have been shown and gardening has been shown through research to improve our mood, to help with our anxiety and depression. It also just overall makes us feel better. Researchers have found that when people garden, they say they feel better. Well, it's not just the act of gardening. I've been using gardening as a metaphor for how we can also take care of ourselves, how we can nurture ourselves and just have some self-care time because we're out there hustling and bustling. We're doing the thing that we do. We're working. We're doing all of these things. And we take very little time to really nurture ourselves so that we can be whole and we can be healthy. So I've been using gardening not only as a means to lower stress levels, improve overall well-being, and help with our mental health. I've been using gardening as a metaphor for how we should manage our own health and our own care. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Marcyline Bailey of Stress Talk. And Stress Talk shares strategies for overstressed, over 40 super women who want to chill, mellow out, or just unwind. We are sharing and offering exactly what you need to meet the challenges that you face on a daily basis. Here at Stress Talk, we use mindfulness as a means to meet and to reach a healthy, whole, and healthiness, wholeness, and wellness. How about that? Okay, so today we're going to be practicing mindful and we can do this in nature or we can do it inside of a building. My hope was to be outside, but it's just too hot to do that, as I said before. And today I'm going to demonstrate and lead you through mindfulness meditations using the five senses. And when I'm talking about the five senses, I'm talking about sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Those five senses. So, and they're very, I'm using this, these I'm using these particular senses and I'm using these guided meditations to show you how simple and easy it is to take a few minutes to center yourself or ground yourself when you feel like you're having a moment. Because sometimes we just need to press pause. Boop. We need to press pause, or we need to click the mouse to stop the tape or the video so we can just take a moment. Using these mindfulness meditations, you can do that, and you can do it anywhere. You don't have to be outside in nature. You could be. You could also be at your desk. You could be in the grocery store. You can be in the gas line getting gasoline, and you can use these particular meditations to, again, calm yourself, center yourself, ground yourself, and to press pause. So, when we're doing these meditations, I'm just going to give you some cues of things to think about, things that you will want to focus your attention on, and I'm just going to guide you through them. The other thing that you'll want to just be aware of, if you have something to snack on, I want you to get it, have it available. Something to snack on, something to drink maybe, but you're going to need something when we go to the taste meditation. So if you're ready to get started, let me pull up some notes here. And just give me a second. Voila, here we go. So we're going to begin today, and these are not going to last long. That's the other reason that I'm doing it, because these are guided, these are meditations that don't have to last forever. Just a few minutes to recenter yourself, to ground yourself, to press pause, to gather yourself so that you can think clearly, so that you can manage what you're facing. So we're going to begin with a breath exercise, and this is a breath exercise that I teach quite a bit. It's called the 4-7-8. It's called 4-7-8 breathing. And it is a breath exercise that allows us to calm ourselves. It slows us down, actually. It slows our thinking down because we are focusing on the breath when we do it. It also helps to it blocks all the other stuff out, all the extraneous stuff out that we don't need, that may be causing us to go into that stress response. So with the 4-7-8 breathing, you actually inhale through your nose, through your nostrils, and you count to 4. So as you're inhaling, you count to 4. You hold the breath for a count of 7, and then you exhale through your mouth on a count of 8. So you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You breathe through your nose, you hold it for 7, and then you exhale through your mouth for 8. So I want to take you through that. We're going to go through that. The 4, 7, 8 breathing meditation, again, helps to ground you. You focus on the breath. So let's get started, okay? And I will not be able to do it with you because I'm going to be giving you cues. However, if you'll just follow me, I will take you through it and we'll do it several times. Okay, let's begin. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry about that. Let's do it again. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do it one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, again, that is called 4, 7, 8 breathing. You can do this breath exercise anywhere. You can do it, again, in the grocery store line while you're waiting for gasoline, as you're pumping gas because gas is so high right now. You can do it in your home. You can do it in your workplace as well. Okay, so let's move on to the mindfulness of sound. Now, with mindfulness of sound, you begin by taking deep breaths. And I'm going to explain what we're going to do first, and then I'm going to ask you to practice with me. So we're going to begin by taking several deep breaths. And I usually will instruct whoever's working with me to continue, just take deep breaths for as long as you need, okay? You can do 3, you can do 4, you can do 1 or 2, just as whatever is comfortable for you. And once you do your deep breaths, then we're going to go into the actual activity of mindfulness of sound. So you ready? Okay, let's do it. Okay, so I'd like for you to just sit in a comfortable position. It is helpful to sit straight up and have your hands resting on the tops of your thighs, and just allow your shoulders to fall so that they're relaxed. Allow your shoulders to fall. Allow your hands to rest comfortably on your thighs. Allow your feet to rest on the floor as you feel the firmness of the floor holding you up. And if you're sitting, feel the firmness of the chair on your bottom. This will help you to know that you're being held firmly in place in a way that you will not teeter, that you will not fall, that it's solid. Now begin by taking a deep breath, Allow it to flow in slowly through your nose. Allow it to flow through your throat, down your trachea and into your lungs. And fill your lungs. You may feel your stomach move out or your chest expand. That's just how the lungs work. And then you can breathe out. Allow the air to flow out through your mouth. Now take another deep breath in through your nose and allow it to flow out through your mouth. And as you continue to breathe deeply and slowly, allow yourself to hear the sounds around you. You don't have to judge the sounds as to whether they're positive or negative, loud or quiet. You don't have to determine whether they're good or bad. You just listen. Listen to the sounds. You might hear traffic. You might hear someone talking. You may also hear music or the sound of my phone as it goes off. Just listen without judgment, without critique, and just notice. That's all we're doing right now. We're just noticing the sounds. And you might have noticed that you heard the loudest sounds at the beginning. I'd like for you also to just pay attention to note the most annoying sounds, the most intrusive sounds that you hear. Now, take a moment to see if you can hear the sounds that you don't notice when you're going through your day. This might be the hum of the computer or the hum of the refrigerator. It might be the ticking of a clock. It could be the sound of the breeze. Just pay attention to see if you can hear those sounds that you would not normally notice. And if your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to the breath. Noticing the breath as it flows into your nose, into your lungs, and then as it flows out through your mouth. And I'd like for you to take just a few moments, a couple of more breaths in and out, another in and out. And if you've closed your eyes, I'd like for you to just open them and bring yourself back to where you are currently. All right. That is mindfulness of sound. Again, it's a very simple exercise, simple activity that you can do anywhere. So let's move on and let's do mindfulness of smell. This is mindfulness of smell. Now, when you begin to move into the mindfulness of smell, again, you want to focus your attention and your awareness on the breath. The breath is your grounding activity. If you notice your thoughts wandering or your mind wandering, just bring it back to the breath. So I'm going to ask you again to begin to move your awareness to the breath, or to continue focusing on the breath. And then begin to notice the aromas, the fragrances, or the smells that are around you. Can you smell food that's cooking, or that had been cooked, or that you purchased and brought home to eat? Are you noticing any aroma, fragrances, or aromas from products that you've used? Cologne or deodorant, perhaps fabric softener or laundry detergent in your clothes. You might notice shampoo, the fragrance of shampoo, or perhaps air fresheners in your home. Just take a moment to notice. Are you outside? Do you notice the fragrance or the smell of cut grass? Are there flowers around you, like gardenias, lilacs, or lilies that have very robust fragrance, or roses? Are you in an area where there's a smell that's unpleasant? Again, you don't have to judge the smell, you just notice whether it is unpleasant. You don't have to figure it out what it is, you just notice. Do you smell exhaust fumes from a car, or from car like oil, or something that cleanser? Just notice. Again, you don't have to categorize these fragrances, smells, or aromas as good or bad. You just notice them and you let them go. Let them pass by. Now take several more deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And once again, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we'll move on to mindfulness of sight. This is mindfulness of sight. And you may have naturally closed your eyes during the first two activities, which is perfectly fine. With mindfulness of sight, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and then just look around. Look around and begin to notice what you see. What do you see? Do you see different shapes, patterns, colors? Is there a color that's more dominant where you are? If you're outside, do you see lots of green? The green grass, the green leaves on the trees. And if there's a dominant color, are there different shades of the same color that you notice? Are there lighter greens on the leaves? Are there different color green, different greens on the leaves? Just notice the colors that you see. Notice the shapes that you see. Notice patterns that you see. How many green things can you name? How many red things do you see? How many blue items are in the space that you're in? All you're doing is noticing. There's no judgment, there's no critique. It's just noticing. You might notice stones. You might notice the different shapes of those stones. You might notice trees and the different heights, the different shapes of the trees. You might notice birds and their different colors. You may even notice your neighbor cleaning out the garage. Just notice. And now, just take several deep breaths once again. And we'll move on to mindfulness of taste. This is mindfulness of taste. Now, I hope you have a snack with you. If you do, get it in your hand. And you can use a snack. I have a raisin here. Can you see that? I have raisins, and I'm actually going to just get one raisin there. I have one raisin. You can use a snack, something you can eat, or you can use something to drink. I have my tea, but I'm going to use the raisin because that I just want to use the raisin. Now, when you have your snack, before you begin to taste it, I'm going to have you look at it. I want you to just look at your snack. Look at it, turn it around. Notice what you see. What do you see? In my raisin, I see ridges. It's what do you call that? A golden color because it's a golden raisin. It's also kind of small and it's kind of sticky. So notice what you see. I'm noticing what I see and I'm noticing what I feel. It's a bit sticky. It's very light. Once you look at your snack, then I'd like for you to take a bite of your snack, a small bite, like this, and just let it sit on your tongue. Notice what you taste. I taste, it's a little chewy, although I have not chewed it. It's still on my tongue. I won't stick my tongue out at you. But I taste sweetness. I've noticed that my mouth has started salivating. And I'm running my tongue over it. So I'd like for you to run your tongue over it, your bite. And what does it feel like? It feels very kind of rough to me. What does it feel like? And it's softening. Just notice. Now begin to chew your snack. What flavor do you notice? What does it feel like in your teeth? Just notice before you swallow. Mindfulness of taste allows us to eat mindfully. Remember years ago, your mom probably said, chew your food, and you had to chew it a certain number of times. Mindfulness of taste allows us to once again enjoy our food by seeing it, touching it, tasting it fully before we swallow. Okay? That's the exercise. And we'll go on to mindfulness of touch. This is mindfulness of touch. We've gone through mindfulness of sound, smell, sight, taste, and now our last one is touch. Once again, allow your hands to fall comfortably on your thighs as you sit up. Allow your shoulders to fall as if they're being pulled by gravity. What do you feel on your fingertips? Do you feel cloth? And what does that cloth feel like? Do you feel your skin if you're wearing shorts? And what does that feel like? Do you feel warmth between the touch of your fingers, the fingertips, and your thighs? Is it cool? Do you feel a light air touching your skin? Are you outside? And do you feel the sun touching your skin? What is it like? What are you feeling? What does that touch feel like? Now, move your awareness to your feet. Are your feet touching the floor? Do you feel the solid floor underneath your feet? Do you notice how your toes and your bottoms of your feet feel in your shoes? Is it smooth? Mindfulness of touch leads us to notice not only what we are touching, but what is touching us. And again, that could be our clothing. It could be the chair, the bottom of the chair, the seat of the chair. It could be the floor. It could be our shoes. It could be our socks. It could also be the air. It could be the sunshine. It could be a leaf. It could be a plant. Whatever is touching us or whatever we are touching, that is what we are after, just noticing without judgment, without critique, just noticing what it feels like. Allowing our full attention and our awareness to focus on that particular feeling of touch. So I have taken you through mindfulness exercises that can be done in all 5 senses. Sight, we talked about choosing a color, noticing shapes, sizes, patterns. Sound, noticing the sounds, whether they are the sounds that even we would not notice naturally or normally, on any given day as we go through our day. Touch, noticing the warmth or coolness of something that touches our skin, or noticing the the pattern of something that we're touching. Taste, noticing what the texture, the taste sensations, sweet, salty, sugars, whatever, vinegary, whatever, all of those taste buds we have. We've noticed all of that. And then smell, noticing the fragrances, the aromas, as well as the smells that are around us. All of these exercises are things that we can do on at any time, any place. And it doesn't have to be anything that is noticeable to anyone else, but it helps to calm us, to ground us, as well as to center us so that we can press pause, gather ourselves so that we can face whatever challenge we're about to face. It also prepares us to meet the challenges of the day. The other thing that we did was the 4-7-8 breathing, which is another grounding exercise, another mindfulness exercise that focuses on the breath. So I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. We've gone over our time today. Please press like. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Also, follow me. Make sure that you've subscribed to Smiles newsletter because it's coming out the beginning of July. And I'm going to have some more updates about what we are doing. If you hopped on late, feel free to watch the replay on Facebook and on YouTube. If you have any topics around stress, stress management, or stress relief, just shoot them to me. I'll be glad to talk about it. And if you found this episode helpful and useful, please, 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 again, hit like, leave a comment saying you liked it. I greatly appreciate it. But that's all for now. Look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Marcyline Bailey, and this was Stress Talk Live. As always, take good care.